ready to play, I'm ready to play. I've been desperately trying to catch up with the manga. I am not doing a good job because I've been busy. We just killed Diababa in the manga that I'm reading. So it'll take a while before we're at the same point in the game. But that's fine. Let me... Oh, no, I don't want to ignore that. It's my legit game copy. I can take a picture of my game copy and show you, because I have them. I don't think I've ever paid any attention to the brightness check thing. Alrighty, let me put the volume up more for other people. Where are we gonna go to the desert? Was that... oh... was that the plan? To head back into the desert? I think so. Hello, chat. Hello. I think we were gonna spend a lot of time just... desert. Eh? I think it was the desert. Okay, good. So I think we were gonna spend a good chunk of time wandering around. Because there's a lot of stuff. I know where to go. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. Got it. And I should be able to make this jump too. Oh, that one's just too far? Yeah. I think it's silly that you can almost get the entirety of the way, though. Just by dash jumping. I'll give it one more shot. Yep, just too far. Want to make sure you weren't able to get that. Okay, we got all the bugs here.
You got Apo? I think?
I got one of them that was like over here. I've been sporadically getting these. I think to get a lot of things, I will need to use a bull orb, or a bulbo. There's an area that's completely cut off from the rest of the spot, isn't there? Oh, bye. What am I looking for? Nope. Be great if it was night. There's that. I think that's just where the Bridge of Elden was, and that just gets me across the gap. Yeah, this just generically gets me across the gap. I don't need this guy, since that gap's not an end-all be-all. Now, this is also another avenue to get over a gap that I don't particularly need, because I can just go around. Hello, Val. Hello. I'm checking my opportunities. Oh. wait, is it this? Man, I can't head it off over that way. That's so far away. I'll have to wait for it to come back. Hello? I've gotten 2 Poes.
Okay.
It was the Poe over there as well. So there's one near the beginning and one over there, and I don't remember if there's any others particularly. Hello? There we go. Are you gonna... Thank you. A part of me thinks Wolf-Link could vault that gap. Because it gets kind of skinny over there. Mm-hmm. I'll try. Nope. Always thought this version of Gerudo Desert was pretty neat, though I wish you could see Desert Colossus even if we couldn't reach it. Yeah, this desert, while cool, feels very empty. I wish there was a little bit more going on with it, but it also kind of makes sense from a standpoint of the entire place has been kind of put to ruins after the Gerudo were driven out. Here's a fun question. When do we do this?
Once you're done with the city in the sky.
Yeah.
Basically.
Unfortunately. I would love to be able to do this sooner, because I would love to flex on the fact that I am skilled enough to not need everything. But they lock progress behind the ability to have double claw shot and spinner and ball and chain, and it's annoying. I want one of these different places that I can just go into as soon as it opens. Okay. There's something like way over here. We're committing to this lower section. I have no idea if there's any Poes out here. Okay, what's up here? Sunset at the desert is nice. Very striking colors. Big cavern. Maybe Poes in this area. I wouldn't be surprised if a vaulted... I know this one. Damn, I'm surrounded. Why?
He's just ascending.
His people need him. There we go. That was a rough fight, but whatever. Now I'm going to light the torches. Collect your prize. If it's another 100 rupees.
Yippee.
I love that boss. Let's put it back. Okay, we're gonna stand here then. I like the leaf designs on the belt and crown. It's neat. Nice beveling. I like that the armor itself, like the clothing underneath is black. Gives like, that's a cool contrast. I'm gonna continue to wear this armor for a little bit, because there's gonna be a lot of rupees. Hello, Marlon! Hello! Welcome to the stream. Steadily progressing. Now, due to the fact that there were two Poes down there, I don't understand why there would be another up here, but that rock. Let me pull out this rock right here. From a distance, I thought it was Bigoron. Sitting like kind of reclined looking up. Magic armor, this is so cool. I wish they brought it back like one of the special sets in Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom alongside the Hero's Shade armor.
Oh,
those would have been so cool.
Dude, I would have rocked the Hero's Shade armor constantly. And also, it would have been great because it would have given us a 3D turnaround in that stupid armor so I could draw it easier.
Yeah. Theoretically, you do have a 3D turnaround of it. You just gotta find the
model. But it's also,
model.
like, broken and stuff. It'd be cool to see one.
There is?
Yep.
Come down here. Well, good thing I waited. Didn't in Tears of the Kingdom they have an armor set that's kind of vaguely rupee related? It's the bloopy one.
The Mystic armor?
Yeah. Not the same though. I might as well let this thing go till I'm broke, I'm gonna be totally honest. You know, if I had I was ready to take pot shots, if I had done it just a little bit sooner. Get up, bitch. Alrighty. Too high. There we go. Mystic Bar is also very cool. It's not really your style fashion-wise. That's fair. I like the way it looks, has like an ancient... I think that's good. I don't have to keep wearing that. Old-timey Japanese style to it, like samurai almost. With less armor, of course. There's no more guys up in this specific spot. I'm sure the pieces could have given us some extra lore about the sets. Yeah, that would have also been neat. I wish Tears of the Kingdom gave us more like amiibo-style armor. Okay, up we go. Best you might dye the headpiece for the hair change, but that's it, really. Yeah, I did that. I turned it red because it made me think of Hyrule Warriors Ganondorf. Okay, let's break these down for a moment. We're not gonna go too far. Take it off for a moment. Dye amiibo armor. Once I watched A Hero's Purpose, wanted to dye my oot set brown. Yeah, I don't know why you can't. I understand that it's for the point of like the reference, but the reference still exists whether you dye the set or not.
Mm-hmm. And with the Toon Link one, you could be the different Four Swords links.
And with the Ocarina of Time one, you could have the Zora tunic and the Goron tunic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those references seem so obvious. There's so many treasure chests out in the middle of the desert. I want to get one thing before we head into Deep Arbiter's grounds. Is it? Oh, it was here. Because once we get into the Arbiter's grounds doorways, it's like a whole chore. I want to take this guy and head back to the beginning for a moment, because there's a cave. Up on the, from where I'm facing, the left side of the map, I am pretty sure. Oh, is that a way to get off? Oh. Okay, they've got pea hats for you to be able to get out of here without the boar. I don't know why you need that, because the boar is always there anyway. Let me go this way. Now this is just if memory serves. It's been ages. Not ages. It's been a few months since I played this game, and I can't remember if the last time I played it was the Wii or the GameCube version, so... I do remember something being out over here somewhere. And I needed the boar to bust through it, because it was a cave. Okay, it might have been on the other side. Whoa. I will check this one spot over here. Doesn't look like there's anything. Excuse me, sir. I busted over to the side. Does look like I took down all the Poes. Wait a minute. Know what I thought I saw? No, it wasn't. It's fine. That's a bug. Not being able to dye your hero tunic sets also makes less sense when you consider that you can get duplicates and dye the hero of the wild tunic. That's also true. Where? There it is. Maybe it's not a cave, but it's get up, please.
It's a little area.
Get up, please. The hitbox to get on these guys is so annoying. Watch out. We have spent all night doing this. I was getting manhandled on this thing. I like riding around on these things. Makes sense not to be dyeable as the Fierce Deity set. I wish you could remove the hat to give Link white hair, the face markings, and the glowing white eyes. That would have been cool. There's also Pose out here, so I need to wait for it to turn night again. Oh, he is, like, right in the way.
You can still walk by him as a wolf, though.
Yeah. I thought he was, like, over here.
I thought he was, like, at the very beginning of the crossroads, just sitting there. I don't know why. I always mistake him for being there, and then he's not.
Oh. Hey, can you turn it night? I need it to be night because there's Pose. Is that a no? Unfortunate.
No, I don't think time passes while we're in this state. We meet again. At last, the skills I have to teach you have entered the realm of true secrecy. They are forgotten. They are forgotten ways that do not leave our bloodline. That's the lore for why Toon Link can do the backslice and the helm splitter.
We don't share a bloodline, my friend. That's probably a
the bloodline of the
mistranslation.
hero. Well, no, then that still wouldn't make sense for Wind Waker Link. Among the techniques I shall be teaching you are some that may even endanger you. You feel ready to learn these skills?
I'm gonna assume that's a mistranslation.
Before we begin, I must test you to ensure that you have mastered the last skill I taught you, the Hell Hitter. You know how it goes.
Yeah. Music Cosmetics had so many missed opportunities. We could have gotten.
Hey!
I'm
What
reading
ails you?
chat! Get out of my way! We should get an aspect of the construct in TOTK once Age of Imprisonment releases. Yeah, but to be fair, the aspects aren't really good armor-wise. They're like 12. I don't see myself ever using
Dude,
any of the aspects.
My face glow.
Yeah? I'd also like to point out you're not
That's cool.
an empty socket either. Like, your eye is closed. You can see the ghost of a closed eye in there. Your eyes are just very sunken.
This angle's crazy. Anyway, it appears you're certainly capable of performing my lost art. Very well, my fifth hidden skill is the mortal draw. Let it be hewn into your mind.
Your shoulder blade is also
Clipping.
clipping in here.
That's okay.
Why are you so tall?
The ways of the sword are known to many creatures, and some have strengthened their guards against shield attacks and back slices. Should you encounter such a foe, the mortal draw that I'm about to teach you is most effective. You must sheathe your sword and cast aside the most basic of sword skills, the L target. You must wait until your foe is upon you. Then, before the enemy can see through your ruse, you must quickly draw your blade with A.
You can upgrade the aspect? I don't remember being able to upgrade the aspect.
Me either.
But maybe I never cared to because, in all honesty, I don't really like it.
There is no defense for this. The mortal draw deals death.
Tell that to the dark nuts that block this attack.
Very well, now try it. That was a pointed strike, but do not forget that this technique leaves your life at risk.
This is one of my favorites.
The fifth hidden skill, the mortal draw, has been passed on. There are still 2 hidden skills for you to learn. Do not neglect your daily sword training between now and the time you come to meet me next. May we meet again.
Okay, let me get out of here. Where's the sun? It's pricey, but you can. Weird. I don't think I've ever been able to. Yeah, it's like morning. Okay, we're gonna come back here. Because it should take a good chunk of time to take down this entire fortress. Why are they even making the construct character if they could have just said, oh, this is where the ancient hero aspect exists? Because the final defense rate, it's 84. Why is it so much? You don't even need that high of defense rating at that point after you've done all the shrines.
And probably enough grinding to get it to that point.
Yeah, like why would you ever need anything that high?
Unless it's Dragon Park. Thank you.
If it's dragon parts, then it's kind of just...
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna be taking pot shots. Got him. Doesn't activate anybody. Hello? I think the way they want it, the ancient hero is the one that fought the first calamity. For time period, Zelda goes back to his way before then, possibly hundreds of thousands. I guess. I feel like the ancient hero doesn't have much of a reason to exist, because it's so weird looking.
What the fuck even is it?
I don't want to talk about it too much because I will go into more depth of my feelings when we get to Tears of the Kingdom, because I'm going to be honest, I don't think I'll be able to help it at that point. Oh. Does time move faster here?
Maybe it does.
Well, I gotta get a Poe. And it's weird because they're like, oh, when they fought Ganon, that was the imprisoning war. But then they're like, oh, the ancient hero's aspect looks like the one that was fought during the imprisoning war. You know, the one shown in the tapestry, even though they're like definitely different events because the divine beasts were not present. But they're like, oh, it's the imprisoning war. You know, the same thing. I have gripes.
I wonder if Age of Imprisonment is gonna have any gameplay thing like the Divine Beast missions in Age of Calamity.
I don't have big vehicles like that.
Yeah, I don't really see how it could. But
the Poe's here, I think. Hello. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Okay, let's get back to what I was doing. I think the Zonai are raised that are like multiple animals, which is why the ancient hero is more wolf-like.
you call that a wolf? Sorry. It has a lion's tail. And a really weird face.
I could understand that if at any point the actual game, like, implied that. But, like,
the fact that the only two Zonai we see already have some differences. Like, Rauru has the down ears and Minoru has the up ears. And kind of are just dragon-esque.
dragon goat people.
It's a little hard to automatically assume such things. Also, yeah, it has a tail.
Yeah, it has a tail, period, which none of the others do.
Chimera.
Yeah, it's a little bit like a chimera.
Yeah.
Which makes it more confusing because, like, it doesn't look like anything particularly. So, like, what are we supposed to extrapolate what it is?
Also,
and if the idea was like, oh, well, we'll explain it in the next game, sure, but they weren't planning on making any further Tears of the Kingdom era games until Age of Imprisonment, so what was that supposed to be?
did we ever... We still don't really know what the race from the... in the depths is from the statues.
No,
They
they're
just
either like
look like magmas but without tail. Which
they
is
look
weird
like either magma or lizardy.
because very
It's the Tokay.
important. God, I hope not.
I fucking hate the Tokay. I can stand on top of this and shoot people. Hello, Bull. There's not even anything to shoot up here. Who is knocking on my door on the time I am supposed to be streaming? Did he have a chance to shout? I have no idea if he made it. I don't think he did. He looked like he was about to. Oh, does that mean they're all dead? Yay, small key. And Link, there was no need to mortal draw the boar. That was wholly unnecessary. You guys ready to fight the Boblin King? Let's go do that. Those are my goats. Those are Orden goat heads. What did you do to my people? Ow. Link, why did you not dodge? Ow. Mwah. Mwah. Just tank hits, it's fine. Are you done? To you too. Rude. It's like the third time I've whipped his ass. Well, at least it's not dead. Hello, boar. We're gonna get out of here. Light work, it really was. And another Poe. There's so many out here in the desert. I wonder why. Rhetorical question. It's not like there's been a history of people getting killed around this place. Why did they spawn here? Is there something around here? That's what some of the Poe ghosts are. Imp Poes, I think, are just mischievous spirits, though. They're here specifically for the fact that they want Giovanni to suffer. Come here. Maybe they're like the poltergeists of the world, I don't know. Mischievous little spirits. Okay. We're getting in to Arbiter's grounds. Now, my sibling Jacob, who is not here currently. Yeah, they're like fae. Troublemaking spirits. My sibling Jacob, who is not currently here, but was here earlier, was playing this game, and we went very deep into looking at Arbiter's grounds. And boy, do I have a lot to say. So let's get started. One, as we saw on the doorway, the sage sigils. So that's neat. Here we have the Hyrulean crest. I think up in that top corner we have some... Goodbye. Skull. I want to know whose skull this is. Here we have the sage sigils as well. The medallions, symbols. Get away from me. I need... health for one, but I also need to get some lantern oil. Soon. Preach. Oh, I will. This is obviously a prison that was built by the Hyrulean royal family and the Hyrulean military as a way to punish the worst, like, the war criminals of the land. As obvious by the Hyrulean royal crest being seen in a lot of places, and the sage symbols, because the sages live here. They're in the nature of the Arbiter's grounds. Sage sigils don't surprise me. Yeah, the sages seem to, in this world, naturally inhabit this space up at the top of the area. At the same time, we will see some other details, though. Lore aside, I really like how this is a... Oh, great. There was rats on me. Let me back up. At least I think I heard them. Either that or I was just simply too deep. As I was saying, I like how this is the one temple where they really prioritize turning into Wolf Link and Link. I kind of wish some of the later dungeons were a little more like that, because wolf usage outside of the Palace of Twilight becomes very, like, sparse. Get up, buddy. Hello. Oh no, that was those. Okay, so we're gonna pull this over. Crap. I don't know how deep it is into the dungeon where we first start seeing this. Actually, get back up there. Yeah. Can't see it on there anymore because I opened the door. Sage symbols. I want to point it out later, but I'm having trouble finding them. I think we will see some more once we get into the... Oh, it's the bugs from the 90s Mummy movie.
If it's what I think you're thinking of, it's the main room.
What?
Where the Poes are. It's the main room.
Yeah. Let me get into there real quick. Get up, boy! That's a very satisfying sound. Get in there. If I remember correctly, wasn't Arbiter's grounds originally Guro's structure the Hylians took control of, or is that just a theory I heard? Well, I will get into that. Let me allow these guys to do their thing. Wow, doorway, isn't that convenient? Oh no. Another thing that makes this a not so subtle reference to Ocarina of Time. Same thing happened in a different temple in Ocarina of Time.
Except this time, this is only the first half.
This is what?
Only the first half of the dungeon.
Yeah. But it's kind of in the same place. Like, once shit starts getting more real.
It's doing what Twilight Princess does best, taking concepts from Ocarina of Time and expanding.
Just forget if things are theory or lore. Given how a lot of people in the fandom tend to treat theory and fanfic writing as lore, I understand how that is difficult. I also have the same problem distinguishing.
Also, there's a lot of stuff in Zelda that's technically just like implied lore that is never outright confirmed, because it usually doesn't need to be, but
yeah. The fact that the lore is not super set in stone makes subtextual writing very difficult. Pull up the Gerudo language thing real quick. I got some words here.
you gotta forget the scent of your girlfriend really quick.
What are you saying?
You needed to forget the scent of your girlfriend?
Yes, I do. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because it's making it difficult for me to hear anything outside of. Okay, note. This is Gerudo. I'm gonna stand because I have a better look at this. I wonder if this place has any connection to the Oot Forest Temple. Vibes based, they are definitely meant to be intertwined thematically. So, what is this? This looks significant.
It might not be.
I'm gonna give you a spoiler. Most of the Gerudo writing here is gibberish in this temple.
YHUBD.
Okay.
YHU. Yeah? YHUBD, yeah.
Cool, that's nothing. What's this one?
Oh god. Why?
That's not Y.
That is why.
That is a curve.
Oh. Is there one that looks like that? Because this is really low res. Because it's not J. It's Y.
It doesn't look like Y
It's
from
not
this
the
angle.
same thing.
It is. This is Y.
You're right.
This is not.
Oh no, that other one isn't. Because the middle prong is longer. Hold on, let me check a different one. Let me see if there's a different one. Maybe this is Breath of the Wild and it's different.
This is the Gerudo text that people connected to the Zonai language from the first TOTK trailer. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Kind of thought all the Gerudo texts were kind of the same, weren't they? Like the one thing. Oh, they specifically mean the stuff that was swirling. Yeah, HD would come in clutch. I'm playing original GameCube. I will screenshot this for later.
Different alpha.
They've source screenshot. Anyway, as you can see with the Gerudo writing there and also this, the further we go into the temple, we're gonna notice a lot of things look very purposefully like this was a Gerudo structure that has been completely overtaken by Hyrulean, like, architecture. Because I would like to note here, this is gibberish, for one.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Gerudo.
No, that's Hylian.
That's Hylian?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Hylian.
Written in gold plaques that look like they were added later.
Yeah, this shit all looks new. And, like, strictly doesn't fit the rest of the vibes of the temple. Like, this shit stands out poorly. It's kind of, like, extremely egregious. And my thoughts on this... There's also interesting cave painting on the wall that I want to point out in a bit once we get to them. Let me open up this. There is... I want to see what chat's interpretation of these cave paintings are. I don't remember how far they are into the general temple. They're like a bit of a ways, but not a huge amount. I should sniff. That would be a good idea. Yeah, that's what I thought was first. Pick that up. Yeah, pick that up. This is one of my favorite dungeons. Just a lot going on. Hello? Hey. Let me first get a look at what's in here. We have more Gerudo symbolism. Are these the cave paintings we were discussing?
Don't call them cave paintings. They're in a temple.
Sorry.
It's wall art.
Yeah, the wall art. Is this the stuff that we were...
That's some of it. There's also other murals and whatnot that are a little bit bigger and expansive on wall areas.
This definitely looks like a form holding something.
Yeah.
And it looks like two separate ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is one, and then this is one. But I can't really make out what the two of them are supposed to be. Yeah, wall carvings would be right. My brain does not come up with words all that great. This is some of them we were also pointing out.
Which, that one kind of looks like Volvagia.
It does. It looks like Volvagia with a trident.
Mm-hmm.
This we can see more expansive on a different wall. But these definitely look like they're holding something.
Yeah, they look like they're holding staff.
Yeah, like staves or spears. Hard to tell, though. Excuse me? Okay, I think that dude's underground. Maybe this is supposed to represent Ganon? It looks kind of like a tusk-like thing.
Sort of.
But I'm not sure what this one's supposed to be. It just looks like a vague flame shape holding something.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of them are particularly clear. And I can't tell what that one is because we can only see a very small amount of it. And like the same small amount of it at every spot. Wait, this was another one.
Yeah.
This one feels like very significant. It's like two carvings. We got what seems to be a person holding a shield and then a larger beast creature. Those look like they're holding staffs that could be more like magical forms of Twin Rova.
Yeah,
possibly.
that's kind of what I was thinking.
That looks like... Wait, this looks like towers and parapets almost.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the one under the larger... above the larger figure feels more like... I'm not sure.
The only thing I can say that it reminds me of is the tri-rod, and that shit didn't exist back then.
Yeah. Is it depicting... Is this supposed to be a depiction of the Hyrulean royal family going against the Gerudo people?
Possibly. Or maybe that thing's supposed to be like a moblin? Or just a monster of some kind?
Maybe? A representation of Ganon would make sense, but it's not super clear. Also, what's the little triangular thing near the top? Right there.
I don't know.
Because that's not present on the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Pull up real fast. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh. Writing. Please. Okay. Neither of those are meant to be, like, letters. So strange. Can't do anything in here. I'm gonna wait until we have access. I'm gonna try to extrapolate more from what these could mean once I get farther into the temple and can see more of the symbols and such. Hello? Here we have more, and it really is just the same two over and over. There's also these. Okay, this is Ganon.
Yeah.
Like, this is Ganon. I don't know what the thing above it's supposed to be. But this looks like Ganon. Those look like tusks.
Yeah, that looks like a boar.
Yeah.
Or are we just getting Rorschach tested right now and it just looks like a boar to us?
There's some Gerudo symboling up there. I remember Ganondorf's outfit has some of that patterning on it, the swirling.
Mm-hmm. All these carvings are similar to the ones near Hyrule Castle Town, which depict a hero alongside someone talking to other races, including Rito. Yeah.
Yeah. We're doing this over and over. Okay. It worked. Red. That is definitely too small to read. In this version of the game, anyway. Ceiling. Open. Yes. We got more about the architecture details in this game. Yeah. I guess it's just a matter of... What am I doing this for? I need to use my claw shot. I guess it's just a matter of paying attention and figuring out what you can extrapolate. There's even Gerudo writing on that part of the wall. And that's floor.
Yep. Everywhere.
This temple's so neat.
The Twilight Princess design team always goes nutty.
Hey, I gotta do some sensing. Oh, here's those wall carvings again. at him.
Just chilling. Looking really close at the walls like we were.
He's also trying to figure out what they mean.
Crafter. Could you guys subscribe to his YouTube channel if he made Zelda theory videos?
Stupid things. Not the Poe, he's just trying to get educated. I'm talking about the bubbles. Sorry, your historian dreams are gonna have to go. I need these. Such a fan of this depiction of Poe's. Especially since the body continues to lay here. Neat stuff. Nothing else in this room. Let's put it back to the way it was. Has to be back in 2 minutes? Okay. I'm mostly gonna be doing game progression. Like these statues. All of them are destroyed to some degree. Really interesting. Oh, here's that.
Yeah.
Maybe this is supposed to be Star-Lord.
I mean, Star-Lord does also look like Volfag, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it might be. I don't know what this on this side is supposed to be.
I'm not sure.
These sort of look like, the music things, you know?
The staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be.
That's what it reminds me of, but there's no notes on it, so I don't think so.
There's also... Oh, look! There's the Gerudo symbol. Up there. Really hard to see.
Oh, yeah.
Because these pillars are quite worn. But you can kind of see the Gerudo symbol on them in places. Mm-hmm. Those are some other symbols, but I can't really make them out. We're gonna spend a lot of time in this temple, because it's just gonna be me looking at stuff. Did the Hyrule put that there?
Good question.
That looks like one of their structures.
Pristine. So, probably.
With the ugly ass gold on it. Ads are done. Hello. We're making our way through this room. What is this? Gerudo or Hylian? Pick your pick. This box.
It kind of looks Hylian, but oh, I don't know.
It's got the
It's
same.
kind of hard to say.
It's got the same architectural weirdness that a lot of the Hyrulean stuff has.
Mm-hmm.
Of being like really square pillory for no reason, but let me look at the top. I am still curious about whose skulls these are. The top just looks normal. This might actually be Gerudo, because the floor, the stone actually kind of matches.
Mm-hmm.
Hylian additions to this place are part of the reason I still think they're meant to be inspired by the British. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, they really did just take over this area, like, completely co-opt it to make it their own. With some of the ugliest architecture I've ever seen, I might add. The fact that all of the stuff they added is in, like, golden plating, too, almost seems like it's meant to be a power move, almost.
A flex.
Yeah, like, oh, look at ours. It's pristine. And
We're rich.
we're rich people, and it feels gross. Feels really gross. Especially since this place is used to be a torture chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, based on some other things that I will point out once we find it, because it is a little bit of a ways. They even stuck their crest on this thing, Jesus! So does that mean these statues are theirs?
Possibly?
Because there's a bunch in the entryway, but it's not really clear whose they are. But I do want to say they don't particularly look obviously Gerudo.
They're kind of similar to the way that, like, the, what are they called? The seven
Heroines?
The seven heroines from Breath of the Wild are structured. However, that is, Breath of the Wild's Gerudo culture is already heavily influenced by years and years of
Hylian influence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blending into everything.
One thing specifically is, like, it's pretty obviously not meant to be that, because what happens if I shoot you with a bomb arrow? People are scared of these things? 2 bomb arrows, and it folds like origami. You don't even have to get close to it. These are the easiest Gibdo. Bullheads are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I especially like how it evokes that feeling despite being a design made up of 4 strokes.
Yeah.
Art is fascinating. I hear a lantern. This is all too hard to make out, though I think it's writing. Arbiter's grounds being kind of like the Gerudo's version of the Shadow Temple would be neat. Makes you kind of wish we got the Gerudo as a bigger neighbor to the Highlands and not such a small race. Yeah, like, same. Given how much of the Gerudo were originally their own separate country outside of Hyrule, makes me feel like there should be more settlements. And maybe there are outside of Hyrule. It's hard to tell. I especially hate how the Gerudo feel to have been completely run out. That looks like an owl.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite sure.
Well, then in that case, we already have the boar and the owl.
What's the next one? The dragon?
Yes.
I mean, that was that one thing.
Volvagia.
On the wall. This is all
comes full
Gerudo.
circle.
That's Gerudo text on the wall, I think. Which means that this most likely is too. But it might not be an owl. That's just what my brain is thinking first.
You know, Rorschach test.
Yeah.
So this Poe, the reason she locked herself in this room is also because she's a natural historian, and she actually joint runs a YouTube theory channel with that other guy that we killed earlier. And she has no idea he's dead yet.
Yeah, look, she's looking at the walls too. If anything, we're getting in the way of her work.
She's very serious about research and other things like that, so she tends to lock herself in rooms to not be disturbed.
Almost looks like a butterfly. Yeah, kind of that too.
The goddess butterfly!
Now, what is this floor design?
Now, this floor design looks like a bunch of Gerudo encased by Hylian writing.
Is that Hylian writing on the very
On
outside?
the edge, yes.
And then we have more. Yes. This looks like the hieroglyphs
It does.
That
There's
were-
the Korok.
that were seen in like the beginning of the area. I can't make out what it is. But here's that same thing. Nothing interesting on the ceiling.
Lots of sand.
Ew. Let's go. Poe is very wild era Zelda like, yeah. Here's that thing again.
A burgeoning scholar.
She died too soon, and then I killed her again.
Rest in pieces twice. I just heard a car outside that sounded like an elephant. What is happening?
I don't know. Okay, there's gonna be a ton of rats. It's one, you'll be fine. I like how the Poe sense leads you to where you need to go, but to be totally honest, I never pay attention to them anymore because I'm so used to this temple. Shit. Perfect. Now what's this way? Thank you. Cool, ow. Mostly have repeating patterns at this point. It's not gonna be a ton of things too interesting. But there is one thing I want to get to. Stay away from me. Did you know that according to the Twilight Princess, Ganondorf design structure. Oh, it looks like part of this was supposed to be Gerudo as well, and then it was completely overtaken by Hyrulean. As I was saying, out of my way, in Ganondorf's concept art for Twilight Princess, he is designed with the intention to be the same age as Wind Waker Ganondorf. I don't fully know the significance of that. I don't think it implies that they're both around the same distance of time from Ocarina in the timeline. Because that seems kind of hard to believe. Ocarina of Time's history is treated as, like, much more recent in Twilight Princess, whereas, like, everything is almost completely forgotten by the time of Wind Waker.
They have generations and generations of people on Outset.
Yeah. So that would signify that in one of his seals, his aging stopped. Yeah, probably. Maybe... Oh, wait. He's immune. What the hell?
You gotta wait. He is a cutscene. I love their horns.
Yeah, they've
like
got neat designs in
dinosaurs.
this. I'll fight the first one legitimately because I find them to be okay. I'm gonna say fascinating and fun to fight, but I forgot they also die very easily. What is this? Who sucks at carpentry around here?
Probably
Maybe these guys are what those shield guys are meant to be on the walls. Maybe? They do have shields. But who are you? I'm really confused by this because this skull is like the only skull that exists in this game.
It's also huge.
With horns.
Dinalfo.
And I don't have horns.
Dinalfo. Different kind.
This is what I was looking for. It's much smaller than the one in Ocarina of Time.
But this is the sand goddess.
This is the goddess of the sand, the one from Ocarina of Time. It's not the same statue as the one that's really big, but I'm wondering if this temple, if Arbiter's Grounds, was originally meant to be the Spirit Temple. Like this iteration of the Spirit Temple. The layout is entirely different, but like the same thing happens with a ton of different temples.
You know, it's gotta be different for gameplay mechanics.
Yeah.
But is it possible this was originally a Gerudo worshipping ground? And then the Hylians came in and were like, we're gonna turn it into a prison, actually.
Because we've driven the Gerudo out and it's currently empty. And this is our land now, even though it wasn't, it was theirs. Because this is the goddess of the sand. So is this Twilight Princess's version of the Spirit Temple? Oh, there's more writing up there. Probably doesn't say anything. We've gone to the trouble of trying to interpret all of the different, we tried to interpret all of the different Gerudo writing for the most part, which is why I'm bypassing it. Most of it is just going through the alphabet with some repeating letters.
Yeah.
The skulls could have been Lizalfos, but a unique version to the desert. That is possible. There's also a second goddess of the sand statue, isn't there?
In this place?
Yes. It's by like the second half.
I think so.
Now, where's this one? I guess
this is the third historian, except they're a little lost.
those pillars don't have anything on them, I don't think.
Shit on them. I was looking at the wrong wall. I'm sorry, I'm new to this whole historian thing. I don't really know how it works. Anyways, here's my funny little game. Oh, fuck, you figured it out.
Yeah, I've fought Meg before.
Who's Meg? My name's Leg.
Fourth one down. Remember correctly, the Hylians tortured the Gerudo and other prisoners here in Arbiter's grounds until they were able to capture Ganondorf, which is when they let the Gerudo go on the condition that they left the lands. I don't remember that in so many words being what happened.
I believe it.
I believe it. But I would like to have a source for that. I know from what I remember from sources that I have read, there was a big war between the Gerudo and the Hyruleans because of the rumor that Ganondorf was going to commit the coup. That started a big war, and then they captured Ganondorf, drove the Gerudo out, and went to execute him. I don't remember the torturing the Gerudo until he seceded, or until he surrendered. That might be true. I would believe it, but I don't remember that source or where that is written. So I think Hyrule Historia might write down have the other info. I can't remember. Don't remember my sources. I have knowledge of a brain, but no ideas of origin. I feel that is me a lot of the time. To be fair, it's really hard to remember where sources are a lot of the time if you have enough of them. A lot of that I do remember, it's just specifically the torturing part I don't. I know it was used to execute prisoners of the kingdom, and that there was probably torture involved in that, given the rolling spike traps and shit. The fact that this is literally trials and tribulations that I'm going through to get through here. Also, I do think it's very silly that probably one of the most dark temples, like, lore-wise,
Gives you the Beyblade.
gives you one of the silliest items in the game.
In Zelda history, dare I say.
Oh, I'd say the whip is pretty silly.
One of the silliest items.
But, like, Beyblade?
Yeah.
Beyblade? Oh, there's details on this, too. I don't know what they are. Looks like 3 unique patterns. It's all Hyrulean writing. They stuck gears shit inside of this. This shit's egregious. Partly based on not knowing whether Death's Sword was there before the Hylians took control or was created as a result of their actions' consequences. That is a good question. Guess I could try to get some info on him from Midna, but I don't know if she'll drop much lore info. Whip is most silly when it's a snake or rope. Yeah, like what is it, Spirit Tracks has that? Okay.
It's so funny because they had the grappling hook in Wind Waker, and it was completely normal and like had a good reason for existing.
Okay.
And then they did basically the same thing for Phantom Hourglass, and then in Skyward Sword they were like, it's magical, I guess?
Rope.
And then I think it is Spirit Tracks, because I don't see what other game that'd be in. They're like, it's a snake. He has the snake.
The whip is a snake. I'm gonna assume there's other things though, so I'm gonna keep going up. You know who I haven't seen? Where's my girl? Beautiful mother that she is. Where is Uku?
She's like really late in this dungeon for some reason.
After you get the spinner, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Why is she so late in this temple? I've been walking around here for like an hour and a half. Probably an hour at this point because I'm really taking my sweet time about it. 30 minutes of that had to have been outside stuff though. Uku's just non-existent for now. Skyward Sword is probably one of the points in the series timeline where the most magical relics existed, so a magic rope isn't too far-fetched. That's fair.
That's true. Most of the items you get in that game, I feel like, are a lot of, like, random magical stuff, and, like, especially when you can upgrade them, like turning a regular bow into the sacred bow.
That's very silly. There she is. Okay, so it's before I get my spitter, but I think it's, like, right before. Do I remember the pathway?
Do you see that circular-ish room on the map?
The one, like, there.
Doorway? No.
The one up above that?
Above, that's Death Sword.
I'm really interested in Death Sword's lore. For as, like...
He's so cool.
As, admittedly...
What the hell?
A lame boss. Lame sub-boss. He's very easy. Lore-wise, he's real neat. I need to be able to see who's on my ass right now. Shit's so bad here that even the rats are ghost zombies. Mm-hmm. I love Arbiter's rounds. Oh. There's still rats all over me. What? All get on me to their heart's content, so they're all gone. Yeah, I guess they did. This temple existing really makes me lament the fact that they have pivoted to making the Hyrulean royal family flawless and all good. Like, historically, because this and Ocarina of Time gave us, like, really cool, nuanced ideas of, like, oh, yeah, Zelda and Link, they are meant for, like, they're good people, they want to do what's right. Let me get these bugs all over me. But the Hyrulean royal family has a bloody history of mistreatment and violence. And then in Tears of the Kingdom, they were like, no, they're all good and have never done anything wrong. Hello, Uku. Phew, free at last. Precious, you're that nice fellow who helped me out the other day. How nice to see you again. Well, now that we've found each other again, let's stick together for a bit, I'll be right with you, so if you want to warp out, just let me know. Like, I'm not saying they have to be, like, all evil, but I kind of wish that Rauru and Sonya had some, at least some moral grayness.
Like, they were forcing the Gerudo to side with them. But that's never treated as a bad thing. They're always just like, no, it's okay, because they're the good guys and Ganondorf's the bad guy.
Yeah, don't you understand?
And the Gerudo Sage who teams up with Rauru feels shame for Ganondorf coming from her people. That's normal, right? This is good, morally?
Yeah.
It's so gross.
I can tell the King's always had a less great track record. Yeah, that's how Daphne's was treated as well. You weren't supposed to completely absolve him of his deeds. He even likens himself to Ganondorf in that, can you get up? In that he wasn't able to let Hyrule go. Man, major enemies in this place really just die when the bomb arrow gets involved.
The bomb arrows are just goated in this game. Also, I was gonna say, I think another thing that makes Uko seem like so late in this dungeon is just that you, once you get the spinner, like that's technically the second half of the dungeon, you know, because it's the mini boss, it's the sub boss, but oh boy, it's fast. It's fast once you get that spinner. The first half of this dungeon is so much longer than the second half.
I got Uku in this room right here that we just left. Look at how much I've explored of this place already.
Yeah, because the spinner's just so fast, and there's not like a lot of little crevices and stuff that you need to explore. So it goes by quick, even if the rooms are really big.
Yeah. I don't know why they didn't just put her in sooner.
Yeah.
Seems like a bit of a missed opportunity and like oversight. Ads, okay. And here's Death Sword. We're halfway in. Okay, we're not gonna touch any of this. I wanna look at this. These are based off of like a Japanese culture thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
The I don't really know what they're called. Oh, the sword's reflective. That's cool. What does the sword look like? Like, does it have any specific... It doesn't look strictly one culture. Okay, here's some design work. What's that?
Oh, yeah. I've looked very closely at these because I've had to draw them before. They don't really look like they're anything. It looks like some kind of writing, but I don't recognize it.
Not from any tribe we've seen. Not from any of the races that we have. Given he's a big goat-headed guy, that makes sense. But these are supposed to, like, keep him sealed. That's what the general... Eyeball.
Vati!
Vati making an appearance again. I actually think this is supposed to be the Mirror of Twilight, if anything.
The Eye of Truth.
The Eye of Truth could be too. It kind of... I'm not sure. I was gonna say, given the thing that's pulling out of this side of it, I was thinking maybe it's the Mirror of Twilight, because that's kind of how it sits, but the other one's pointing upwards, so I'm not fully certain. Again, the wall writing, wall carvings look all Gerudo like they're supposed to be there, but then they've got Hyrulean embellishments inside of it. Dude, even up to the fucking ceiling. Can't... Are you people never satisfied?
No.
Oh, let's... Talisman, that's what they're called.
Let's take him down.
Let's get rid of them, because that's a smart thing to do. That I want to know.
Spirit.
That I want to know reminds me of Xant's, like,
So cool.
Xant's people, like the Shadow Beasts and such, with the red. But red is also kind of just...
You know, the evil and intimidating color.
Yeah. Mask off!
Oh, he's so cool!
Talk to Midna. Tell me, you can't do anything about an enemy circling from the air while you're in beast form. Okay.
I'm human and then talk.
She's most likely gonna give me info. This thing just depresses me. Get him down there and introduce him to your blade.
Yeah. If I were in this game, she could tell us something.
I shot him in the taint.
The bomb. He's so tall. Which makes sense from an enemy standpoint, but I just like how tall he is.
Also his robes. I might grab a picture of him in a... Does anyone have his model? I want to try to look at his clothing. Kind of set up like Mummy Dwarf. Like it's a corpse for sure. Mm-hmm. Its clothing is very interesting.
And then it turns into bugs. Like Gomez.
Yeah. Maybe it has something to do with Gomez. We British are notorious for our past of wanting to influence everything. Of course, it will be reflected in the Hylians. Yeah, that is true. Especially when Nintendo has specifically said,
Several times that Zelda is heavily influenced by Western and European. What's not?
Yeah.
Spinner!
I want to point out something specifically egregious here. The Hyruleans put a fucking gear on this. Why?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything.
Spinner!
They were just like, ah, yes, these ancient carvings that are significant to the Gerudo people. Let's fucking put this here. They won't be bothered by that if they ever come back, because they're not allowed to. Evil people. As we were saying before, you were saying Rauru is the only, exception to this rule, and that kind of is what disappoints me. Because he is an exception to the rule, but it's done in such a way that, like, it's almost like it's trying to rewrite history of Hyrule. Because he's not just a king.
He's the first king of Hyrule.
Yeah, he's not just a king in a long line of different kings. He's the first king of Hyrule, and it's almost like they're trying to imply that, oh, the founding of Hyrule, nothing bad happened during that time. Nobody did anything untowards to anyone outside of Ganondorf.
Would just go off hunting demons, and that's completely normal, even though because of Skyward Sword, we know not all demons are evil.
I take such issue with the, oh, they hunted demons, on, like, they went on dates and hunted demons, essentially. Because, hey, we know demons aren't all evil. I've played Skyward Sword. At first, Rauru seemed like he didn't want to focus on his kingly duty, he wanted to focus on his hobby of hunting. Yeah, but it's like the fact that Nintendo goes out of their way to portray him as almost faultless, that is it. Can I get into that? Ever, please? Wrong direction, buddy. Go the other way.
No.
Where I'm supposed to be going. there's another one. Goddess of the Sand. I know I can get closer to it, but I don't use this thing enough. My binoculars. There she is.
Mm-hmm. Goddess of the Sand with the fire in her hands. Bars. Wait, I got it. Goddess of the Sands with the fire in her hands, making big plans for the people of her land.
Okay. It is pretty much bars. I will agree with you. Ah, no! That's not what I wanted. Stop. Let's get to here. Open this up. Spitting straight fire, chat says.
Thank you.
Eh.
You're gonna look out, you're gonna crash.
Ow!
Look out, you're gonna...
Sir, get up! Made it. Well, I made it up here. Whee! There's a lot of depictions of the Goddess of the Sand around here, specifically.
It's because you're deeper in the temple.
Yeah, this is probably deeper into worship ground that was turned into Beyblade hell.
Me and Royal Family came in and was like, obstacle course!
Let's make Skateland! Skate park time! Don't come toward me with that. Send me down. I might have missed a chest. Tony Hawk Spinner Pro. The most dangerous thing about Stalfos is being too close to them when you bomb arrow them. Oh good, he's stuck. Just make sure I didn't miss a chest. I did. Can I get out of here? Where is it? Here. What's this? Oh, it's the same. Yeah. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Link, get up there. Send me! And up here. Man, that is sandwiched. That would have been impossible to avoid. That was just me. I was panicking on the buttons. This section kind of sucks a little bit. Why does it do that? Stop locking me in. We've almost spent 2 hours on this one alone. Because I want to walk around in the desert. There. Hey, it's the boss key. Wow. I like the boss key chests in this game. They're cool. They're neat. Too lore pilled, yeah. Too upset over what the Hyrulean royal family did to the Gerudo people's worshipping station. Worshipping temple and such. Pisses me off. I wonder if I could 3-heart run this area.
You mean the game or the Stalwart?
This game. Boss key and boss key chests in this game are very gothic. They are. I think that's why I like them so much. What is this structure? Probably Hyrulean, because they seem to have introduced the spinner into this whole situation.
Oh, I sniffed wrong.
Damn. Also, the boss key, like, block doors are very cool looking.
I like that they have no bearing of, like, temple design and just look the same in every temple.
Except for the games that don't have, except for the temples that don't have classic boss keys.
Snow
Peak and Goron Mines. Now what the hell is Stalwart?
A demon that they keep bringing back to life.
To kill prisoners. Probably.
Or a...
You still live. How astonishing. I call you hero. This is truly a bittersweet reunion.
Why is this tech?
Truly. Well, I fear this is the last time I will see you alive. I don't know why his text was on auto there.
It's auto and it's really fast.
This is one of the few times you can see it, but I really like how Xant's design has, like, small middle fingers. Most people do not notice it, but his middle finger and ring finger are very short compared to his index and littlest finger. Like how the, it's the same way with the shadow beasts. And I kind of wonder if it's due to the demonic influence of, like, Ganondorf's power, or he always looked like that. Are you ready for some shit, dude? Are you ready? I don't think you're ready for me.
The Colosseum battle.
Yeah. Also, these are Hyrulean soldiers, I think.
Mm-hmm. Maybe traitors that the royal family executed. And or just maybe soldiers that died.
Fighting the war.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's quite possible. Yeah. I like how they reset me back onto the grind rail after I knock him down a peg.
It's very nice.
Yeah. Got him! We should got more enemies like Star-Lord. A living version of him would have been cool for an overworld boss in Breath of the Wild and TOTK.
True.
That would have been... I've seen a lot of people headcanon that he might have something to do with Volvagia, given the fact that we only see its upper body. Like,
We don't know if this thing has feet. It could not.
yeah, we don't know if this thing has lower legs. We only see it from the waist up.
Also, it has the Volvagia boss fight.
Yeah, it has the Volvagia boss fight sound font leitmotif, which was only given to Volvagia and King Dodongo in Ocarina of Time.
The lizard fight.
I think that was my best showing of Phase 1. We'll see if Phase 2 does that too. Damn! Bro shoved me. There it is, the sound font, the leitmotif of Volvagia. This boss fight's so cool.
I think it's too long to be a leitmotif. It's just a theme at that point.
Volvagia theme.
What the hell?
Yeah, sometimes it don't line up correctly. We're already not doing well. Off to the side. Come on, get back on the thingy. It does shoot fire, I guess. Man, they let me do that for a while. Would have been so cool if each area in Hyrule in the Wild era games had singular bigger bosses than the Hinox, Talus, Molduga, and Gleox. That would have been cool. Would have been nice to get a bit more going on. Go away!
It's also kind of insane that they really only added one big boss in.
Jeez, stop showing up. I'm back at the bottom. Dude, you can't be here. I don't have time. I'm not even gonna show up on the top rung.
Oh, you barely scraped by on that one.
This guy's tanky.
He's got a lot of health.
I'm jump attacking him. Shit, I'm like 2 rungs down. That's not good. My lineups are not doing great. I'm desperate. At least those things go away once he shows up, for the most part. So I just saw one at the ceiling.
Oh, there he goes.
I just needed to hit him one more time. What a cool boss fight. Dude just slid so far.
And exploded off screen.
I like that that sword reappears in Hyrule Warriors as one of Xant's weapons.
It's a little silly. for like the fighting style.
Yes, because
He's
that
clearly designed with the scimitar's in mind, and
Yes.
then they added this later, but it's still cool.
it was clearly designed with curved blades in mind, and then they gave him really straight ones. You got a heart container. Yay! Okay, we're at 2 hours. I might call it after these cutscenes. Cool factor clearly influenced them a lot. Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of something you could say about a lot of Hyrule Warriors, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, cool factor, and also them wanting to, like, the sake of the reference.
Mm-hmm.
I'll turn to Wolf. It's faster, and I need to fight the Shadow Beasts anyway. I hate fighting Shadow Beasts as Link. Oh, yeah. Do I get to fight the monsters first, or are they gonna make me?
Can you fight the monster?
Good.
And this time there's bats.
There is. That was when I was doing the randomizer. This showed up. And I remember it was possible, because this sand was not here. It was possible to get, like, underneath one of the designated things. Uh-oh. Okay, let me... get this guy, and then bring this guy. And this guy closer. Come on. I don't want peace involved, but I guess they will be. They definitely wanted to give every character a weapon from past games, which is weird considering that for Tetra they gave her a gun. Okay, but Tetra gun is so funny. That as a concept is worth it, just for gun. And it's a flintlock, it's a pirate-style gun.
They just gave it to a child.
Yeah, but it's funny.
And yeah.
I'm a big supporter of child with gun in Hyrule Warriors. Please don't ban me. On brand, sure, but that's the only instance of an actual gun in the Zelda series. Yeah. I want them to make more. I want another Zelda game
We
with...
have cannons, which is not too far off.
Jolene has torpedoes.
Which is also not too far off. So fun fact about this game, it has so much detail in it that even these chains have, like, markings on the sides.
Yeah, they do. I think I've looked at... I have the model for this that I can put in Blender and, like, look at all of it. That had to have happened, like, 3 minutes ago. Because I just saw Zant. He was in the light world right before I fought Stalord.
Yeah, he could have done this and then came back.
I was real close to getting his ass. He was running. A dark entity lurks in the twilight. It houses an evil power. You who are guided by fate, you who possess the crest of the goddesses, hear us. At the command of the goddesses, we sages have guarded the Mirror of Twilight since ancient times. You seek it, but the Mirror of Twilight has been fragmented by mighty magic. That magic is a dark power that only he possesses.
I love how dramatic they are.
I love their designs. His name is... Ganondorf. Ganondorf.
He was the leader of a band of thieves who invaded Hyrule in the hopes of establishing dominion over the sacred realm. Over the sacred realm. Thank you for saying that. He was known as a demon thief, an evil magic wielder, renowned for his ruthlessness. Look at how cool he is with his
Aura farming in the fire of death and shit.
in the oven.
We could have gotten Sheikah with guns. That would have been awesome.
But he was blind. Like a certain other thief. In all of his fury and might, he was blind to any danger, and thus he was brought to justice, something? Was exposed, subdued, and brought to justice. Stop going so fast! I'm doing a dramatic reading here.
This shit goes so hard.
Yet.
I love how you can't get someone to do a real, like, clenched fist in 3D modeling. It's so hard.
By some divine prank, he too had been blessed with the chosen power of the gods.
This shit's so cool. I can actually talk about a difference in the manga versus this. Unless it is changed in, like, later chapters.
Bye-bye.
They show this happening in the manga in, like, the second book. And they make it out to be like, yes, he was stabbed, and then his punishment was being sent to the Twilight Realm, nothing else. Like, that was the original plan, whereas here it was out of desperation. They also show, like, his skin being peeled off of his body and turning into a skeletal.
Holy shit. His abiding hatred and lust for power turned to purest malice.
Purest what? So instead of it, like, just turning into the Twilight specs...
A grudge!
It, like, tore him apart, physically. Love how the manga gives his title of the Demon Thief more weight as a legend. Yeah, I'd have to reread the manga fully to remember that, but I think I remember a bit of that. They are very... I like how they're depictions of expressions, but I also wonder, like, who these people are.
Perhaps that evil power has been passed on to Zant.
Who are these guys? You're just now figuring out where Zant got his power? It's far too late. Oh, yeah, Link's backstory. Friends mentioned rumors of a demon thief lurking in the desert. Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Only the true leader of the Twilight can utterly destroy the Mirror of Twilight. So Zant could merely break it into pieces. Once broken by magic, the Mirror of Twilight became fragments, which even now lie hidden across the land of Hyrule. One is in the snowy mountain heights.
And then they do the Sheik thing.
One is in an ancient grove. And one is in the heavens. You who have been sent by the goddesses, you should be able to gather the three pieces, but you must be prepared for a dangerous power resides in those fragments.
And it was the Sage of Water that he killed, right?
Yes.
Which is really funny, given Ganondorf's history of being extra mean to Zoras.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he froze them, and then he froze them and killed their queen, and then he's killing the Sage of Light. He hates those guys.
The water.
What is his beef with the Zoras?
He hates fish. Too much water.
Okay. Zelda series puts too much in the sky only for them to not be connected at all.
Yeah, there's gotta be something. Like, the Uku have to be in, especially with the way Shad talks about them being the people of literally Hylia, the name drop, I guess. There has to be some connection with the Uka and the people, the Hylians from Skyward Sword and the Loftwings and some shit, I don't know.
Yeah, the Uka are stated in this game to be the people that his legend says wrote, or like created, the Hylians. So like, he has a shrimp allergy and he's bitter about it. You know what? Maybe.
At some point,
Don't take your anger out on the fish people. That's not their fault.
When he was a teenager, he tried having a pescatarian diet and it just didn't go well. It was the most miserable time of his life.
Yeah, I wish Nintendo would put a little more effort into trying to make the Sky Tribes related, which is why I really wish the Zonai came from the depths instead, because, like, we're really bloating the sky over here, people.
There's another fucking sky thing.
And you added an entire underground, like, land. Why couldn't they come from the depths? Or make it like, I've seen people write it out to be like, oh, the Zonai actually came from the depths, they just said they came from the sky to seem more like connected to the gods or whatever. That has to do with like entire rewrites, but I think it would have been a nice change of pace. Be like, no, these guys don't come from the sky. They come from underground. Because we don't have any tribes that come from the underground outside of the fact that they say demons came up from the underground. I think that's it. Aside from the fact that magma live in the dirt.
Yeah.
But
They're
magma,
not deep enough, though.
yeah, not that deep.
Didn't they say they used to live somewhere else before?
What?
No, I'm thinking of how in Skyward Sword, the magma are, like, at first living a lot farther underground, and then once you get rid of some of the enemy encampments, they start moving higher up and are like, we're getting tired of living in under the dirt all the time. We're gonna kidnap these houses since nobody's living in them.
Yeah, demons came from a fissure in the ground, not necessarily from the underground.
Yeah, that's specifically where Demise came from, and he's the leader of all the demons. They're real vague about how demons work in the series.
I don't have, like, real facts to back this up, but my personal headcanon is that they did live underground in the depths, and that fissure where the like breach of Demise is just the place where they exited first. Because, like, just because they came from a fissure that was centralized in this one spot doesn't necessarily mean that they weren't in other places underground. They might have just gathered into that one spot to start their war with people of the above.
I feel like with the way that the depths look in Tears of the Kingdom and how much zonite there is, and mining facilities, it'd be kind of cool if the Zonai were originally an underground race and they mined the shit out of it and like basically they basically did what people are doing to our beautiful Earth, but to the underground, until it was completely out of resources, and then they like moved up to the surface and then to the sky or something.
Yeah. Hard to say. I think that would have been a cool idea, though. Anyway, I gotta get going. We keep talking about Tears of the Kingdom for this section of the stream.
Because when you start talking about Zelda lore, you gotta bring up the elephant in the room.
Address me. Anyway, I gotta go. I have things I really need to do today. So, thank you all for coming to the stream.
Bye-bye.
Have a good rest of your day or night, depending on what time zone you're in, and I will see you in the next one. Yeah, THK is hard to not talk about lore-wise, because it kind of threw a wrench in a lot of stuff that we thought we understood. Next stream will be Tuesday, same time, noon. So I will see you all then. Alrighty then, bye-bye!